Hey. Hi. You're looking stunning.
Thanks. How are you today?
Oh, okay. It's all good.
Hey, I sent another follow-up email because I did not hear from Lauren. I'm assuming she's still treasurer.
Yeah.
Um, did anyone get in touch with Sandy at Scott Morrison's office?
No, I saw your email the other day, and we had an ESPC board meeting yesterday. I meant to ask Lauren, and I did not.
Okay, I sent another message this morning. So,
Okay.
and what did you guys decide about renewing the insurance policy?
I dropped the ball on that one too. I was supposed to call Kathy Schultz, and I will follow up with her after this. So if
Okay.
the only reason we need it is Expo, then we'll let it go. Can you think of another reason it might be necessary?
Well, I don't know if there was any reason to have the liability coverage since we were holding our meetings at other places, like at the Department of Aging and Dutchess.
No one's ever asked for it.
I mean, it would not surprise me if the department wants.
Yeah, I'm looking at the facility request form now.
For the division.
Yeah.
And I don't think we've ever had to provide them with, well, I don't know if we've had to provide them with a copy, but to my knowledge, I don't have any other copies of the COI for listing any other locations other than the fairgrounds. So,
right. I have never, Sue has always just sent me the facilities request form each year to sign, has never asked for this.
okay.
I certainly won't be surprised if we're not able to be in there for a good long time.
Well, what is the cost for it? Like $100?
$475.
$475?
Well, the one I'm looking at is from 2018. And at that time it was $475. Where'd my budget go? Insurance expense, yeah, $475.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well then I guess let's drop it. To my knowledge, we're already a month. Well, it renewed today.
September 10th. You are right. And I'm worried that a notice probably went to the mailbox, and God knows what happened to that.
Well, has anyone else said that they're still having problems with the mailbox?
No, Scott Morrison's office was the first one we've had in a while. Troy, was there another issue with the mailbox? Was there something else that came back, or was it just Scott Morrison's office? Can't hear you.
You're on mute.
The email box or the PO box?
PO box.
Only that one I heard.
Okay. This is the second time it's happened in general, though. We had a problem with it a few months, maybe 6 months ago.
Yeah. So who's checking the box?
Lauren and Eileen.
Okay. Well, I mean, my opinion, only because of the event, I think we can cancel it. So unless the board feels like you need the commercial liability coverage for anything else, I'd say save us $400 and some for the next year.
Yeah, I agree with that. And I think the board essentially agreed. Hi, Allison. I got it. And hello, Ruth Waxter. I know we can't see you. Are you there?
I'm here.
Hello, I miss you.
Me too.
How you been?
Been pretty good. Pretty good. How about
Good. We'll have to chat later.
Yeah. Yeah. How about yourself? How's the family?
Yeah, everybody's okay.
Are they home?
No. Although my daughter came home last night, I think she's having that start of the semester, stress out, can't do it, want to drop out of college experience right now. So,
Oh, yeah. Oh boy.
hey, Julie, one more year, power through.
Mhm.
How
How are you today?
Wonderful.
You're always wonderful. Good to see you this morning.
You just don't see me when I'm not wonderful, Christine.
It's that mask covers everything.
Exactly. I just had that conversation with someone yesterday.
If only it could cover my eyes. Sometimes they give me away.
You're right. The windows to the soul.
Yes. Morning, Lauren.
Hi, Laura.
How are you? Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Happy Thursday.
Indeed. How are you, Doug?
Upright and on top of the grass and not on a ventilator.
Well, there you go. That's keeping it in perspective. And I am sorry. I apologize if I know your name and have forgotten it. The name on the computer is Peggy.
Yeah, the boss pays for the Zoom. I'm Tony Breda. I'm Tony Breda
Perfect.
with a family tie.
Perfect. I knew we'd met before. Tony, glad to have you with us this morning.
Good to be here. Thanks.
I think I can change your name. Can I do that?
Yeah, go right ahead.
There you go. Perfect. So we will we'll give folks a few minutes to get in. Good morning, Linda.
Good morning.
How are you today?
I am well, thank you.
Morning, Linda, and thanks for your help the other day.
Oh, you're very welcome.
I much appreciate it.
I hope that it worked out.
Well,
Yeah, I know.
not always, but
Right.
We do our best.
That's right.
our best. That's right.
Give the information and people have to decide to act or not.
That's right.
Yeah.
I like Troy's background.
Doesn't that look fabulous?
What are you in Malibu?
No, it's my Cuban hideout.
Oh, I like that.
As I was sharing yesterday with another meeting, Airbnb, as you see, they provide free Zoom backgrounds.
Oh, no way.
Oh dear.
I am always wistful when I'm on a meeting with Troy.
That's right, I'll take that.
Well, the good news is he's not really there. I'm sorry, Troy, but
You're right. Yeah, I just heard yesterday, right? Jamaica, really definitely don't be vacationing there. Huge, huge booming cases in Jamaica.
wow.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Just calling back because
Hi, Lisa.
about Boca, and I would love to adopt her.
Oh goodness.
The only question I do have is,
All right.
I don't know if there's a
Somebody's
This is
talking
process going.
adoption. You might want to put yourself on mute.
Probably pet adoption.
This seems like a good time to adopt a pet and train a puppy when you're home all day.
Hey, I was on a Zoom thing just like this in Loudoun County not too long ago, last month, I guess. And one of the things they did that I thought was cool was they had everybody put their contact information and something brief about what they do in the chat screen.
In the chat. Tony, thank you, because that slips my mind every single time. So yes, please, everybody, use that chat to share contact information, say hello, whatever you need to. You find the chat button typically on the bottom of your, hover over the bottom of the screen. Hi, Jennifer. Hi, Eileen. Welcome.
Hi,
Katrina,
how are
hello. Good to see everybody.
Hi.
Letting folks roll in. I'm gonna guess, because it's just a business meeting, that it'll probably be a small attendance today, but
Yeah.
I am grateful and proud of all of you for being with us. Your reward is you get to pick which board position you'd like to take today.
Yeah.
That's your prize. Jean Wright, so good to see you.
Hey.
Excellent. This is one of the blessings of the pandemic, is that we do get to see people that we don't usually get to see because their schedules are changed and their other meetings are different. So it is great to see everybody.
Good to see you all. And I'm in the dark.
Yeah, what's up with that?
I had to put up my McLaren flag for Troy. You know, he bought this for me.
What is it, McLaren?
So Alice and I are big Formula One race car fans.
Yeah. And it is kicking butt.
Well, there is something that you just didn't know about people. That's awesome.
Actually,
Excellent.
it's on Allison's website. I was looking there the other day, and she said on her website that she's a Formula One fan.
All right.
Formula One fan.
Yeah. And I'm proud to admit it.
Good for you. Morning, Patty.
Good morning.
How are you today?
Good. How are you guys?
Good, good, good.
Good.
And hello to our folks who are on the phone. We're off the video. Morning, Kathy.
Hey, good morning.
How are you
Your
today?
hair is so long.
Yeah, I need a haircut, huh?
Yeah.
Guys, if you just joined, go ahead and use that chat button to just introduce yourself, contact information, all that kind of stuff. We've got some newer folks on the call, so a great way to get everybody connected. And hopefully we'll have time at the end to do introductions
Christina.
if you want to do that. Yeah.
Oh.
Can you guys
Hey,
hear
Bonnie.
me?
Yes. All right. Well, it's 9:05. You guys want to go ahead and get started? I think everybody knows me. I'm Christina Forbes, president of ESPC. Glad to have you with us this morning. As I said a few minutes ago, really just a general update business type meeting. We don't have a speaker today. We're obviously way off schedule as far as elections, annual meeting, and all of that. So we wanted to take some time to get everybody up to speed with where we're at. I think, Rayanne, if you don't mind, I'll start with you. I know you've got a commitment later that you'll have to jump off, but I wanted Rayanne to give everybody an update. I think obviously you all know that Expo is canceled, but I'll let you fill everybody in on where we're at.
Yep, thanks, Christina. So because we have canceled the expo for this year, and for right now, we have not committed to an expo for 2021 as of yet either. So the committee, through the help with some new committee members, which we greatly appreciate them coming on board, we pivoted and we've taken the caregiver conference, instead of a one evening event, to a monthly virtual event in which we are hosting a speaker each month on the second Thursday. And so the title of it is A Compass for Caregivers, Finding Your Way. Last month, for August, was our first one. The title was Navigating the Pandemic, and we had Dr. Randy Culpepper speak from the Frederick County Health Department. We had about 40 people registered, and almost 36 of them attend for that monthly virtual caregiver presentation. Tonight is the second one. It is Navigating Telehealth, And we have Alex Nason from Frederick Health, their IT division, talking to the caregivers and those that are going to be on the Zoom call tonight about telehealth, sort of how it's come to be, and hopefully answer some questions that caregivers have about what might work best for them. So please, I know that ESPC and several of us have put out the advertising flyer. Please share that on your Facebook pages or your social media, an email blast to maybe your caregiver customers as well. They really have been informative, and there's been a lot of good dialogue and interaction between those who have been participating. So thank you. Any questions?
I'll just add to what Rayanne said. We have speakers booked through December. I think we're committed to doing this indefinitely, so we'll be meeting soon to work on speakers for the coming year. If you have ideas or want to get involved, we certainly welcome you to do that. We're meeting by Zoom these days, and I'm excited. We've got some great speakers coming up, navigating grief, navigating the holidays. So some good stuff, and the feedback from the family caregivers who joined us last month, they seem to really enjoy it. So, but we welcome your ideas.
And we're also starting to put out a request for some very limited sponsors. The Zoom webinar function is costing ESPC about $40
a month.
And the Frederick News Post has been willing to continue to be our media sponsor. And so they are placing an ad once a month in prime time for this event. So we're happy to have conversations with others who would want to be a sponsor, how we could get you participating maybe with a brief, 1 minute discussion about your business on the caregiver Zoom call once a month. And then we could also include it on some of the slides that we're sharing with caregivers as well.
So we've had been a little bit of a glitch in getting that sponsorship registration out to you. We're working on that, but we'll send that to everybody soon. So a great opportunity to help support the event and to get your information out there to a very captive audience exclusively. There's some professional caregivers, but definitely by and large, it's family caregivers. So a great opportunity. Anybody have any questions about a Compass for Caregivers? Again, watch for those emails from Troy and Facebook posts from Elmer about that event, and really please help us share that with your contact list. We appreciate that.
Christina, it's Allison. I have a question. The recorded one, I tried to share it and it had a security something on it, and I couldn't share the link to the video.
Okay, so we are also working on that. Troy's been working really hard on our website and our Gmail suite. That's been a cumbersome project, but we are going to attach right, Troy, a YouTube link, a YouTube page. We'll create a YouTube page so that we can post those.
That is correct. Part of our new Google suite, you'll hear more about this going forward shortly, will be our YouTube channel we're going to have.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for mentioning that, Allison, so that folks will be able to access those easily. Good stuff. I think with that, I think it's important. We wanted to get everybody up to speed on where we sit financially. Expo, as you may or may not know, was absolutely the income generator for ESPC. We're sitting on a healthy balance in the bank, but we have lost a major revenue stream. So we wanted to go over the finances and kind of just share with everybody what we have, what we need, so that everybody kind of knows where we're at. With that, I'll turn it over. Lauren, are you good to go?
I am. Yeah, I hope that I can. I'm more savvy with Google Hangouts, so I'm not completely good with Zoom. So let me see if I can share my screen with everybody. Okay, can everybody see the P&L that I have up?
Yes. Lauren,
Okay.
I don't see the whole thing. Okay, there you go.
You can see it now? Okay, so this is the P&L from last year. So I did it by calendar year. As most of you know, our fiscal year isn't the calendar year. We run it from July to July, but it makes more sense to do it from July to December because all of the payments from the expo it just makes the numbers make more sense. So you can see that our net income 2019 was about $2,000. And then, I mean, I can go through kind of every line item, but you can see basically the expenses. I'm sorry, event expenses were at about 20,000. And then you can see that our income from basically the expo is about 50,000. So I'm going to change it from last year to what it is currently. So I will do it from January 2020 to currently. Let's do it the 10th. So you can see as of now, we're at negative almost 5,000. We obviously don't have any of the income from the expo. So, you know, it changes the whole game. We, from the bylaws, we have to have 15,000 in our bank account. Right now we have, this is actually our bank account right here. So we have just under 35,000. So we still have, like Christina said, we're sitting on a pretty good balance, but with kind of the uncertainty of the future, we kind of want to keep that balance in the account. So, you know, financially we're okay right now, but we still have, I'm going to stop the screen share, but we still have expenses that are coming out. So, you know, just, you know, with doing the new, the webinar that we're doing, you know, that's a monthly fee. We have a QuickBooks fee. We have just administrative fees that we're still incurring. So again, that's kind of why we want to make sure that we keep a balance in our bank account. Does anybody have any questions?
I just wanted to point out that one of the monthly expenses we have is for, Lauren, what's Katie's title?
So she is a bookkeeper.
So we did hire a number of years ago a professional bookkeeper to help manage the QuickBooks account and monitor everything, because none of us are, you know, financial experts, and we wanted to make sure that everything was being posted and taken care of properly. So Lauren communicates with Katie regularly, and Katie helps manage all of the banking stuff.
Yeah, she basically reconciles the banking account and makes sure that it lines up with the QuickBooks. I wasn't completely QuickBooks savvy when I came on as treasurer, so we definitely needed her assistance, and she's been a great help. So yeah, so I think we have decided that we're going to keep her on, and that's a small, I mean, that's $40 a month, so I think she's certainly worth it.
If folks have any questions about the finances, about the bank account. So the board has decided at this point, we're gonna put a hold on charitable giving. That was a big part of our expenses. So income was, you know, a little bit from membership, a little bit you saw on the P&L was, for example, your payments coming in for the Christmas breakfast and things like that. But the bulk of it was expo sponsorship. The bulk of the expenses were expo related, the advertising, the rental, the hall, all of that. And then the next greatest expense was charitable giving, which was, I'm sorry.
It was about 20,000 that was on the P&L.
Thank you. So anyway, at this point, we'll just put a hold on that until, again, as Rayanne said, we really don't know. We know that Expo's canceled this year. We don't know what Expo will look like the following year. We don't know if we can hold it, if it will have to be altered or changed in ways that could cost us things that we're not able to foresee right now. So in the short term, we'll put a hold on charitable giving until we have a better sense from the pandemic what the future holds.
So let me add something. If you are not a member and you enjoy what we do at the ESPC, please contribute and become a member. For we could use the revenue to continue what we do.
Thanks, Troy. I think that and this financial conversation with Lauren, our treasurer, is the perfect segue to the next item on the agenda, and that's the board. And I apologize. All of us are really busy, and although ESPC is super important, I can't say that it's the first thing all of us think of when we wake up in the morning. So these meetings, the deadlines, they definitely, I'll speak only for myself, but say that they creep up on me. We are well overdue for elections. So Vice President, Treasurer, and Member at Large all should have turned over and started new in July. Obviously, that didn't happen. We were just regrouping and starting these meetings again in July. So took the pressure off. We've been soliciting. I can't say that anybody's beaten down the door to take any of those positions. We are committed, though, to shake you down today, follow up with phone calls tomorrow, because we really would like to have those people in place in October. Because the following July, the other positions all come due, and we absolutely don't want to have, we really want there to be a solid overlap so that everybody's up to speed before we change the next set of positions, which would include president, secretary, governance and finance, and public relations. So those are biggies. So Lisa Flannery, who stepped in as our vice president, and took over that position when Michael Paris left, has agreed to stay on if the membership elects her. And Lisa, we're grateful and thank you for that. So Member at Large and Treasurer are still the positions that are open. Treasurer is a really important position. Somebody that has QuickBooks and financial experience would be great, although Lauren has proven that you don't have to have it. We can make it work, but Lauren, how much time would you say that you spend in an Expo year and a non-Expo year in that position?
I mean, I spent a lot of time during an Expo year, but with not having an Expo year, I mean, checking the mailbox, working with Katie, I would say, gosh, maybe a few hours a month. It's not too much. It's just kind of, checking in to making sure that Katie is getting all of the payments and that the bank account and the QuickBooks is reconciled. So in a non-Expo year, it's really not too much.
And then in an Expo year, the crunch is really end of summer when sponsorship money's coming in, and then time of the event when payments are going out, writing a lot of checks to the vendors that we use. So
even on an Expo year, as long as you're staying on top of the payments that are coming in and you're checking the mailbox regularly, it's manageable.
And I just want to say that having been on the board for years now, it is a great board. It's a wonderful group to work with, very supportive. We have a good time. And if you are considering the board but not sure, the Member at Large position, I started out with that position, is a great onboarding way just to figure out the scope of what the board does and how to get involved and just kind of jump in where needed. So that position is up for re-election, and that's a great way to start with the board.
Great point, Eileen. So I'm sorry, I just got sidetracked.
Sorry about that.
I absolutely cannot speak, think, and read at the same time, so I'm very sorry about that. So some of you have sent some information in the chat. I'll respond back to that. If you are interested, again, we'd love to have you. So in order to serve on the board, you do have to be a paid member of ESPC. We would certainly be happy for you to become a member today and be elected tomorrow if that is your wish. And only members are able to vote. So we decided that we'll do the vote by email. That'll be easier than trying to facilitate it on Zoom and know who's member and not member. So the board is meeting tomorrow. Again, our hope is that we can talk with you if you're interested between today and tomorrow, have a plan, put it out there to everybody, and then do an election by email later in the month. So. And again, I'm just looking. So some of the comments are about positions, and I'll address those. Allison, you asked about QuickBooks and nonprofit pricing, and Troy is working with TechSoup so that we can get a nonprofit rate for that QuickBooks instead of what we were paying. We discovered that what we were paying was much higher than it needed to be. So thank you. That's a great question. And certainly, if you guys have other connections or think of things that we could do differently, we're happy to take that information.
Is there anybody that has any interest in finances and it has some experience with QuickBooks? I know that a couple of you look like you have responded that you are interested. Does anybody have any experience with QuickBooks? I know Angela does.
Angela, we can't hear you.
She runs a business, so I'm sure she does.
Yeah. Okay, I thought tapping the space bar would unmute me, but that didn't work.
Yeah, you don't have to be a Zoom expert to be on the board, that's for sure.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, how much are we paying for QuickBooks?
Oh, right now we're paying, Troy, what was it, $775?
Yeah, it's something close to that.
Yeah, $755, excuse me, for the QuickBooks subscription. So
for the year?
For the year, yeah. Okay. And then an additional $42 a month for Katie. So that is a big expense that we definitely would like to get down.
Yeah, we're trying to get to 75 a year.
75 a year?
Nonprofit.
TechSoup has nonprofit pricing for a whole bunch of stuff. So Troy's just gotten us through their approval process, and now we're looking at what we can get from them.
Awesome.
So definitely I'm seeing Angela at least has expressed an interest in treasurer. A couple of you have expressed an interest in possibly being involved in the member at large position. Again, cannot do two things at once. So yeah, we would love to have you. I would love to wrap this up today, tomorrow, and that we could move forward with a new board so that Lauren can get you onboarded and we can get everything up to speed. That would be awesome. Does anybody have any questions about anything?
Christina?
Yeah.
Could you just go through what the member at large position encompasses?
Eileen?
Yeah, there is a description on our website in our bylaws, and I would want anybody considering the position to just read those through. It's a voting position on the board. It's really a great tiebreaker, and that position is really to help support the board in general areas and with general issues. It doesn't have like a mission for finance or secretarial positions, and it wasn't always there. It was added at some point because we needed that number for voting. So really a voting member of the board.
Yeah, and I'll read to you from the bylaws. The member at large will be expected to attend all board meetings and ESPC membership meetings, staying abreast of what is occurring in all committees, and be a voting member for decisions to be made on behalf of ESPC. So there's really no no heavy demand for time or commitment. And it's as Eileen said, it's a great jumping off point to get involved with the board.
Christina, it's Allison. So the planning committee that I'm on, whatever, isn't that a board position too? Didn't we make that a board position?
Thank you. Rayanne mentioned that earlier too as well. Yes, and so that is something Ruth Waxter had volunteered in our committee meetings months ago to do that. And then the board never acted. We updated the bylaws to have that position, but we never held that election. It was right about the time that things were unraveling. So thank you. So that should be the fourth position that we are officially voting into office. And that would be someone to represent the Expo Caregiver Conference committee or whatever that looks like.
So I would just like to throw this idea out. Since the Expo is the major fundraiser, should there be a position that is more all-encompassing, that is like a fundraising position where we're going to have to pivot and do other things besides Expo. And I'm setting up like as a sidebar, in my spare time, I knit and crochet, and I have a ton of stuff that's just sitting here that's done because I get bored. So I'd like to figure out a way to use that as a store for fundraising. So like, I was thinking about setting up like a website where people could buy stuff and it would be through the nonprofit. So if we had like I'm just talking what I've been thinking about, a nonprofit website to sell stuff or market stuff or other kind of fundraising, but have a board position that kind of takes all of that into one piece. Does that make sense?
It does. And interestingly, that came up at our board meeting yesterday, was did we want to do an alternative type of fundraising? So I think we need to be cautious that whatever we do is tied to our mission and makes sense. I also will say personally, I absolutely can't take on another thing. So if we're going to have a fundraising position and committee, it needs to be a position and committee that can operate pretty successfully independently. That's just my own personal perspective, that it would need to be that way. Obviously with board involvement and board oversight, but at least me, I can't be on that committee.
I agree. I think it should be a committee, and then the Ruth Waxter, wherever you are, Ruth, there you are. It's going to be the Expo liaison to the board. That could just change and be the fundraising committee chair that is on the board.
Well, no, that sounds better to you, Allison.
No.
I'm not a fundraiser, I can tell you that.
Well, I mean, just you could report to the board. I don't know, just something to think about. But I think we got to find other ways.
I agree with you. Yeah, I see your point.
Takes a village.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a great suggestion, Allison, and I think it definitely merits some conversation. The board is meeting tomorrow morning, again, via Zoom. Kathy. So we can certainly have a more thorough conversation about that and think, with the bylaws in front of us strategically what that would look like, and be described as, and share that with everybody. We can definitely do that. Anybody have any other ideas, questions, or suggestions?
I just had heard earlier sort of a question about the Expo perhaps being virtual or perhaps being live and so on. And I apologize, on the outside looking in, I don't come to the meetings all the time, but I'm wondering if we shouldn't consider planning a virtual Expo as, to see how that's done, and then others have done it as soon as possible. Who knows what next year will bring. It could be possible to do a virtual Expo, in 6 months or something like that. And still, even though you can't, we wouldn't bring in as much revenue, even if you brought in, let's say 20% of the revenue of traditional live expo, that would be something. But more important than revenue, it provides the mission of the expo, which is to connect people, right? So I have actually been super impressed by what's happening on Zoom all the time. I can't remember the name of it, but I went to a expo-like event where it was one speaker after another for an 8-hour period, and they must have lined up 12 or 13 different people, elder law attorneys. Steve Gurney was in there. There's a bunch of people. There was one of those traveling doctors. It was pretty cool. It kept my attention, which is a major feat for me to watch a screen for that kind of length of time. So I just wanted to just sort of offer that encouragement that I think there's real value in it. I don't think it could ever replace the actual live event, because so many people, there is a segment of our population, especially the elderly, that don't dig Zoom, but there's some number of caregivers that do. I talk to them every single day. So
I'm part of going to be part of a virtual expo in the Howard County area put on by the Beacon.
Yeah.
And Cox, which is kind of like the same thing that ESPC. And it's not cheap. It's more expensive than the expo in Frederick County.
Wow.
It's for the lowest price is like $700. But I think it is a big undertaking because it's goes for like 3 months, and it's like a website platform. So each exhibitor gets a page that has a video. You can put a video and all your contact information, and then the Beacon advertises it in their magazine, and they also there's other advertising, but they've had good feedback from the readership asking for more information. But it takes a whole website platform. Like, technically it looks complicated. Like, I wouldn't want to do it. It's their own page. Each person gets, each exhibitor gets their own page. They get a video, they get, there's links to their website, and it's a full page spread, and then people can click through it. And they've, like I said, they've had feedback, but it's not like a cheap thing, but it's live for like 4 months that people can go through and look through it. So I don't know if the possibility would be able to partner like with the Frederick News Post and their senior magazine to do something like that. But it looks like a very large undertaking to me.
Wow, thank you, both of you. Those are great ideas. And I think, in the short term, when we made the decision to cancel Expo, we went right into the conference and the webinar and kind of tabled the Expo. It was a big undertaking that none of us were kind of ready to tackle, or I'll speak for myself and say not ready to tackle that. But you're right, Tony, we don't know how long this is going to last. I think we've also realized that this whole virtual thing really actually works better for some of our caregivers in the situations that they're in. And I know for telehealth anyway, that certainly we're hopeful that it continues, because it's made things easier for caregivers that are really trapped in their houses and can't get out. So it does offer the potential for some interesting connections and opportunities. I think they're definitely worth having conversations about. Katrina, I'd love to learn more about the details, or kind of share some of the advertising information that you got, or the link.
Forward you the flyer that they sent me.
Yeah.
And that way it'll give you some ideas of what they're doing. But like I said, technically, from a technical standpoint, it's like you would have to have somebody that was very technically savvy, but it does, I mean, you could partner with a media source to help sponsor it and get all that done.
Wow, good. You taking notes, Ryan? Good. I will say right from the get-go, if that is something we undertake, that is almost a new committee in and of itself, on top of the caregiver webinar series, and definitely would need some new, fresh energy, and certainly people that have some more technical computer skills.
Steve Burney does that for a living, sort of, now. So he's running all kinds of different events, big, small, different platforms. And because we're doing one with him for Care Patrol for a fall educational series, and he charges by the participant. I think it's like $3 per participant. But he sets everything up and runs it and markets, and it's a really decent
Steve
package.
Steve is definitely the man to go to. He's the go-to guy for this. He would be the perfect person to talk to, I think.
Excellent. Thank you for the tip. Okay, well, that was really productive. Thank you. Some great ideas. And, I think like everybody, we just need to refocus, pivot, and try to make the best of the situation that we're all in.
What is going on with our social media? Who is doing social media now?
Elmer.
Elmer still involved? Okay.
Yes.
Is he still with Amada, or did he move to something else?
Amada's a few jobs ago, Angela.
Oh, yeah, he moves around a lot. I thought I saw something, but I couldn't remember where he's at.
No, Elmer was taking care of the home care business at Farney Keedy. Unfortunately, they've backed off during the pandemic on that position. So I don't think he's connected right now, but I don't know that to be a fact.
Okay.
So, all right. Well, that's really all I have for business. Do you guys want to take a few minutes and do just introductions and hellos? If you want to do that, stay on. If you've got other stuff going on, feel free to click out. But if you, Rayanne, you got a minute? You want to lead us off with an introduction?
Sure, I was just going to sign out, but Rayanne Butler, Edenton Retirement Community, and still chairing the Expo, caregiver, whatever we're doing. I would like to ask if anyone has interest in trying to, expand the Expo and start that discussion for a virtual event or anything. Please come on to the committee. Either let myself know or Christina, and we will include you in those meeting invites.
Yeah, that would be great. Thanks, Rayanne.
Yep.
Troy?
Morning, Troy Rudy. I'm the owner of Assisting Hands Home Care. We take care of individuals in their homes so they can maintain their standard of living. One of the things I want to interject with is we're going to be doing a couple of IT updates within the ESPC. As Christina mentioned, you're going to start seeing some new email accounts coming out to kind of get more towards that espcfrederick.com theme, and some more stuff from Google and hopefully the website in the future here. So stay tuned.
And I'll just point out the reason that we kind of set on this path is we discovered, as some of you know, the emails that Troy was sending, the big group emails advertising events and meetings were getting blocked, and Gmail wasn't letting us send those out. So Troy's been doing a lot of work to get that structured so that we have a much more productive platform for the email and everything else. So thank you, Troy. I'm just going by pictures. So Julie?
Hi, good morning. Great to see everybody's faces this morning. Julie Piet Cassidy. I'm with the Alzheimer's Association out of the Frederick office, part of the Greater Maryland chapter. And I oversee all of the development work we do throughout the year. And in particular, our biggest event of the year is Walk Down to Alzheimer's, which happens in 1 month, if you can believe it. Yeah, so we're really excited. We're doing really well, but we still need teams, and I could use a few more sponsors. And I heard all the talk about fundraising, and I'm thinking, whoo, I'm getting to be about exhausted, so I can't think about taking on one more thing, or else I would jump up, Christina.
I get it.
But anyway, my information and the website to register is in the chat. So if you are still interested in creating a team for your business, please be in touch with me. Thanks so much, and everybody have a great day and a great weekend.
Thanks, Julie.
Oh,
all right.
That's not my dog.
Sorry.
Thank you.
Tony, you want to go ahead and tell us a little about yourself?
Okay, cool. I'm Tony Breda. I'm the co-owner of A Family Tie, and we're senior living consultants. I've been in the business and actually worked in Frederick County, Montgomery County, Maryland. And my wife, Peggy, has opened many Arden Courts and Brightview communities all over Maryland and Virginia. We operate between Baltimore and Richmond. So in Maryland, Virginia, and DC, and we help families find the best fit for independent living, assisted living, and memory care. We also make numerous referrals for home care and elder law attorneys and that sort of thing. So we're always trying to help folks out that way. I love my job. I love helping people, and it's really a cool thing. And it's great to connect with all of you. Spend a lot of time actually up in Frederick, and hoping to see actual live people again soon. I did my first assessment with an actual client. I guess it was Tuesday, which was just unbelievable. I was, 8 feet away from her, but it's the first time since maybe March I've actually physically went with somebody. So that was kind of cool.
Good stuff. Great to have you, Tony. Thanks for all the great ideas too. Doug.
Hi, I'm Doug Brown. I'm a PA with a house call practice. I'm working really hard to keep elder folks in their homes as long as they can stay there. I do primary care and palliative care. I'll come to the patient's house. For the most part, Medicare patients. I'm slowly but surely exploring other reimbursement avenues as well. So I really have an interest in providing this kind of care to the LGBT elder community. So Mason-Dixon Medicine. That's my Mason-Dixon Med is my website, and my contact is in the chat box too.
Perfect. Doug, thank you. Great to have you in the community.
Thank you.
Katrina.
Hello, I'm Katrina Wolf. I own Age Well Senior Fitness, in-home personal training services for seniors. We specialize in people with health conditions such as Parkinson's, stroke. I now have 4 trainers working for me. So we're covering Howard County, Northern Montgomery County, and Frederick County. And all of my trainers also have a physical therapy background, whether they're PTs or PTAs. So we can handle those frail elderly and special health conditions. And I too am very passionate about keeping people in their homes. The number one intervention for falls is a regular exercise program. So people think about getting help with meals and dressing and bars in their house. Well, exercise, and not just walking and not just the 5 exercises your therapist left you when they discharge you, but a progressive strengthening and balance program. And that's what we provide. So
awesome. Good to see you this morning. Jennifer.
Good morning. I'm Jennifer Sherwood. I am a nurse care manager with Deborah Levy Elder Care Associates and now a certified dementia practitioner. And we are seeing clients right now in their home mainly. And we service Washington County, Montgomery County, Frederick County, PG County, and DC, and some in Howard as well.
Wow. Good to see you this morning, Jennifer.
Good to see everyone.
Perfect. Jean.
Good morning. I'm working off of 2 screens, and this screen works best, so I just put my picture up, so I'm here. I just wanted to let you know who I am. I'm Jean Wright, WGVM TV. I help local businesses with their advertising needs in the Frederick market and just about anywhere, actually, that our coverage area encompasses, which is from Washington County all the way down to Northern Virginia. I want to let you all know that we have a health program that we're going to be airing at the end of this month. It's called In Focus Health, and our topic is pandemic parenting. And it's a great opportunity if you want to be out in front of our viewers, if you want to be an advertiser or sponsor of the show. It's going to be shown 3 nights, and we're going to do a lot of promotion for it. And there's still time. It starts on the 23rd, but we still have time to get anybody in that wants to be a sponsor of the show, because it's such a timely topic. We feel we're going to have a lot of viewers. So and we have another health topic in December. But if you're interested, I put my information in the chat box. Thanks. I got to run. I have to run to a meeting. So
bye. It's good to see you this morning, Jean. Take care.
Okay.
Bonnie.
Good morning, everyone. It's nice to see faces without masks. Bonnie Elliott with Care Patrol of Central Maryland and Virginia, offering a free concierge service that helps families find senior care. Safe quality care is our goal, our priority, and all the community resources that go along with that. And I just want to remind all the nurses and social workers out there that we've teamed up with Comfort Care to offer a free adapting care along the timeline of dementia CEU. It's 2 free CEUs, and it's this afternoon from 1 to 3:15, allowing for a break. So you can still register. If you need the information, just let me know. My information is in the chat box. Thanks.
Perfect. Thanks for the reminder too, Bonnie.
Sure.
Ruth.
Hi, I'm Ruth Waxter. I'm a lawyer. I do estate planning, like wills and trusts and powers of attorney. And I also do elder law. So I work with a lot of seniors and their families and just try to assist them with age-related issues and whatever their other needs are. Thanks.
Thanks, Ruth. Eileen.
Hi, everybody. I'm Eileen McLaughlin with Right at Home. We just celebrated 17 years here in Frederick. We are also in Howard County, Carroll County, and Washington County, as well as Frederick County. And we are just clicking along, caring for people in their homes. Care is different. Families are different through this time. We're working with a lot of families who want to bypass rehab in a nursing home. We're working with families who want to go from maybe a surgical procedure straight to home or out of the hospital even earlier. So lots of acuity, higher acuity, which we're prepared for with 3 full-time nurses and 3 PRN nurses overseeing our caregivers. So we work with families very closely. We're just helping people stay safe and well and healthy and happy in their homes. If any of you are a good resource for our families, I'd love to hear from you. I'd love to have a call with you, a Zoom call with you, so we can tell our staff about your wonderful services that are out there, because families are asking more and more for resources, and we want to help them find the other pieces to the puzzle of staying healthy at home. So again, Eileen McLaughlin, and it's great to see everyone.
Thanks, Eileen. Angela. Oh.
Good morning. I'm Angela Martin. I'm the owner of Shepherd Staff In-Home Care. And like Eileen and Troy, our company provides services to help people stay safely at home. And I'm also a once and possibly future member of the ESPC board. So ESPC, and really value all of the connections that I've made through ESPC. It's a great organization, and I really want to see it continue. Little known fact about me is I do have some experience in fundraising, so I don't want to say that too loud for fear I get volunteered for something, but I'm happy to share any knowledge that I might have.
Perfect. Good, Angela. Great to see you this morning, and look forward to hopefully seeing more of you. McGeen.
Morning, I'm McGeen White with the Alzheimer's Association, along with Julie in our Western Maryland office. I'm a program manager, and basically all of our programs, education programs, support groups, and special activities are all currently going online. And so if anyone has any interest in sharing information about the programs with their clients, I can certainly thank you. All of our education programs are free. We also have a free care consultation, which usually happens in the home, but currently is happening online or on the phone, as well as our toll-free 24/7 helpline. Great to see everyone. Thanks, and have a great day.
Linda, and last but not least. Oh, okay. There you go.
Linda Myers from the Mental Health Association. I'm the trainer of our call specialists in our 24-hour call center, as well as the coordinator of the telephone reassurance program. MHA offers a full range of mental health support services, from that initial call to the call center, through ongoing counseling, as well as a number of family support programs. And right now, I would say 2 things to know. If you need information about services in the area, 211 is a great number to call, because we have an extensive database, so they can do searches and find resources. And also with telephone reassurance, although we don't have huge capacity, what we've noticed is that it is even more essential now to our seniors who live at home. Many of them, as you know from your own interactions, are really struggling with mental health needs in this time of COVID, even if they typically didn't have that issue before, you know, just being isolated, not being able to have family connections and so forth. So MHA is there 24 hours a day if you need us.
Awesome. Thanks, Linda. And I'll just take a quick second. I'm Director of Daybreak Adult Day Services. We are still closed. The governor's opening of all businesses specifically excluded senior centers and adult medical daycare. So we still wait for approval from the state before we can reopen. So certainly, like all of you, seeing my folks decline over the phone is really heartbreaking, and grateful to all of you that provide services to them to keep them going in the home. But it definitely takes a village for sure. So with that, I will send everybody on their way. Have a great day. Enjoy. We'll be in touch, and appreciate all of you. Great to see you this morning. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.